Yo, what's good, everyone? Your boy Deke back again with another vid. So we're going to be talking about the Steelers bringing in Trai Turner for a visit and what it means for the team, what it means for DeCastro, what it means for the offensive line. So many different ways this could go. So they brought in Trai Turner last week, I believe it was Friday, for a visit. He's a 5-time Pro Bowler with the Carolina Panthers. Had a really bad season if you ask Charger fans. He was the worst offensive lineman, they say, on the team with the worst offensive line. So you could take that for what it is. But the flip side, he is a 5-time Pro Bowler with the Carolina Panthers, and he's only 28 years old. He's going to be 28, just turned it actually last week coming into this season. So there still might be a little bit something there with Trai Turner. Some Panther fans thought he was taking a decline before he even went to the Chargers, so he may be washed up, depending on what fans you talk to. But based off the name, based off the Pro Bowl pedigree, I'm sure there's a lot of teams that are still willing to give him a chance at 28 years old to be some type of, hey, turn back the clock type of season for Trai Turner. But for the Steelers, because he did talk to the Steelers, this has a lot of people within Steeler Nation, including myself, scratching their head. What does this mean? We thought the offensive guard position on the offensive line was the one that was safest for the Steelers coming into the 2021 season. We have Dotson, who, by a lot of accounts, had the best or one of the best rookie seasons for an offensive lineman last year. So, no, there's no way we're bringing in Trai Turner to replace Kevin Dotson. Who does that leave us with, though? David DeCastro. I don't think Trai Turner is going to sign a contract to come in to be that type of depth piece. I think other teams around the league would be willing to give him a chance to start it. He actually, in fact, just said a couple hours ago, I think it was in an NFL.com article, that he's 100% healthy and is looking to go to a contender. He's looking to go to win. That sounds like, from my perspective, he's not looking to ride the pine. He's going to go to a team and try to be one of those impact players that improves an offensive line that can get a team over the top. Because those were the three options. It's either he's replacing Dotson, he's replacing DeCastro, or it's a depth move. I don't think he's replacing Dotson. I don't think this is a depth move. So replacing DeCastro. If you would have told me a week or two ago, there's no way. But now all of a sudden reports are coming out from Steelers people within the media that he's not practicing. No one knows why he hasn't talked to the media. He's the one player that has not talked to the Steelers media at all throughout this offseason. So it leaves some questions. The flip side of it is, though, that DeCastro not playing just makes complete sense because maybe he isn't 100% healthy right now. Why should we try to rush it? He'll be there when it matters, whether it's for training camp or whether it's for the actual first regular season game against the Bills. Why would we try to force the issue in the offseason, especially minicamp? This isn't even training camp. If he's not good for training camp, maybe there's more red flags that pop up at that point. I don't know if he's going to be necessarily playing preseason, but if he's not available for training camp, maybe this is a whole different discussion. Also, Mike Tomlin has said that he would have let the media know if there were any reasons for someone missing minicamp, whether it was significant injuries or significant reasons otherwise. So is DeCastro actually done? Is he just maybe sitting back weighing his options as he's trying to get healthy? He obviously had the worst season of his career last year. Still made a Pro Bowl, though. Was banged up all of last year. It was a weird COVID season. His offensive line buddies are all gone. Alvin Nueva over to the Ravens. Marquise Pouncey just retired. Ramon Foster retired. Marcus Gilbert's not there anymore. And then Matt Filer's over with the Chargers. And like I said earlier, he hasn't practiced in minicamp at all. He hasn't talked to the Pittsburgh media. So there's a bunch of these weird signals, red flags. So I don't really know 100% what to make of it at this point. The Trai Turner visit is the thing that makes you question things a little bit, just because I don't think he's going to be trying to sign somewhere to take on a backup role. I could be 100% wrong on this because I don't know what his market is. Maybe that is his market right now based off what he did with the Chargers last season, and no one cares about his 5 Pro Bowls. But we do see a lot that people around the league, teams around the league, will sign people based off the name. Alvin Nueva is somewhat of a good example that we witnessed firsthand with the Steelers. We don't think he's necessarily the Alvin Nueva of old, and he might actually be better as that depth type of piece right now. But the Ravens are going to put him as the starting right tackle, and we're kind of excited about it. Chargers fans may think the same thing about Trai Turner. Anyone that signs him, wow, this is a bad move. But teams will still do that. And I think if you're Trai Turner, if you're Trai Turner's agent, you're still trying to get a really nice deal, maybe in the $4, $5, $7, $8 million range, and still be a starter. Because once you go back up, it might be hard to be viewed around the league as a starter again. With the doubts about Trai Turner, would it just be better for DeCastro to come back? Because I'm sure a lot of people that are watching this right now would say, hey, we don't care if DeCastro retires. Actually, I want DeCastro to retire so we could bring in Turner, and he'd be an awesome replacement for him. But if you ask the Charger fans, the Panther fans, Turner is in a very similar situation to DeCastro and some of the players that we had on our offensive line last year. A lot of his recognition is based off the past, is based off 3-4 years ago as opposed to what he's done recently. Now, DeCastro, we're thinking that it was a fluky year. That was it. Injuries and the COVID season and maybe the rest of the offensive line affected his play, and that him coming back, he's going to be in new spirits. He's going to be 100% healthy. He'll be back to form. People are saying that with Trai Turner too. So is it that much of an upgrade if we sign Trai Turner, or would we rather just have David DeCastro back? I'm probably leaning, let's keep DeCastro. He's been an all-pro, whereas Trai Turner has only made Pro Bowls. He is a little bit younger though. DeCastro has only 1 year left. What type of deal would we have to sign Trai Turner to? Would it have to be a multi-year deal, or is it just a 1 year deal? If it's a 1 year deal, that might be a little bit of a different story. But for 1 year, maybe we'd rather just have DeCastro than Trai Turner. Either way, this is making me think a little bit that, was it a mistake for us to let Matt Filer go to the Chargers? He is getting $7 million a year for 3 years. Maybe that is a little bit pricey, but could have we brought back Filer for $5 or $6 million, some type of hometown discount? That's something we won't know. But I do just find, I don't really have an answer. That's the thing. I want to come to some type of conclusion with this of like, is DeCastro done or isn't he? Is Trai Turner signing with the Steelers or isn't he? I don't know. We'll have to just wait and see, because DeCastro could at some point just say, hey, I'm going to give it up. We saw it with Andrew Luck. Trai Turner could end up signing with the Steelers for whatever reason. It could be due to DeCastro retiring a month down the line, but it also could be he doesn't really have another market out there. He signs with the Steelers as a backup. As of right now, I'm not thinking that's the case. I'm thinking he's looking for starter type of money and a starter type of role. I don't have too much more to say about this. It's just interesting. It's really interesting because I didn't think this is the position that was going to be coming in and visiting with the Steelers this offseason. I'm thinking cornerback. We already saw Malik Hooker, maybe inside linebacker, maybe a left tackle, right tackle, but not offensive guard, because we already signed depth pieces at the offensive guard position. The dude from Tampa Bay, he's played tackle and guard. Rashard Coward, we brought in B.J. Finney. J.C. Hassenauer could probably play guard. Kendrick Green could play guard. So I didn't think we needed depth at the guard position. So we'll see how it plays out. It's interesting one way or another. There are things that point to DeCastro maybe retiring at some point, but some of those we may just be looking way too much into because it's the offseason. Either way, bringing in Trai Turner was interesting, and it has sparked some debate within those of Steeler Nation. So let me know what you guys think down in the comments about the offensive line with DeCastro, with Trai Turner. Do you think this would be a good move? Do you want DeCastro back? Whatever it is, stay chilling. Peace.